Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to another half-hour segment, our third half-hour segment of Vaughan and Vivo. And again, 25 more minutes of English. I'm sorry. English only. Maybe I will sprinkle, rociar un poco de español. Maybe I'll sprinkle some Spanish into what we're doing to help you a bit to understand concepts. But understanding concepts is not the route to learning English. It's important to understand concepts, but it's not the priority. The priority is simply to expose yourself, exponer el oído al idioma inglés todas las horas posibles. And for the next 25 minutes, son 25 minutos de las muchas horas que os voy a exponer a mi idioma, con el fin de que por fin os hagáis con ello. My English, my language. Okay, and to help me in the next 25 minutes is our good friend, I think you remember him, Ruben. How are you, Ruben?
Oh, I'm very well today.
Okay, you're fine.
Yes,
okay.
I'm fine.
Yes, and what time did you get up this morning?
I got up at 7 o'clock.
Ask me.
What time did you get up this morning?
I got up at 20 minutes to 6. Ask me if I feel sleepy now.
Do you feel sleepy now?
Sleepy.
Sleepy, do you feel sleepy now?
No, I don't. Ask me if I will feel sleepy within 3 hours.
Will you be sleepy in 3 hours?
Within 3 hours. Dentro de 3 horas. Within.
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 Within 3 hours.
Yes, I will. Ask me if I have big plans for this evening.
Do you have big plans for this evening?
Big or big?
Big.
Big plans. Yes, I do. Ask me what I'm going to do this evening.
What are you going to do this evening?
I have a party. Ask me where the party is going to take place.
Where the party is going to take place?
¿Me preguntas o me afirmas?
Te quiero preguntar.
Bueno, vale, pregúntame. A ver, ask me where the party is going to take place.
Okay. Where is the party going to take place?
Where's the party going to take place? It's going to take place in my house. Ask me how many people I have invited to the party.
How many people have you invited to the party?
Invited is con B o con V?
Con V.
A ver, how many?
How many people did you invite to the party?
Did you invite?
Did you invite?
Or have you invited?
Yes.
¿Cuál quieres decir?
Es que sí, te clavo las dos.
Los dos valen, pero ¿cuál te gusta más?
Bueno, voy a decir una.
Escucha, bueno, no vas a escuchar la que yo te digo.
Vale.
Ask me how many people I have invited con V.
Okay.
Ask me how many people I have invited to the party.
How many people have you invited to the party?
Te cuesta.
Sí.
Yeah. How many people have you invited? ¿Y una F? Invited? ¿Te cuesta? Invite. Invite.
Sí, pero que ya memorizo la V.
Okay.
How many people have you invited to the party?
Very good. Suena casi nativo. I've invited 31 people to the party.
Wow.
Ask me if all of them are going to come.
Are all of they?
Are all of them?
All of them. Are they going to come?
Ask me if all of them are going to come.
All of them are going to come?
Pregúntamelo.
Are all of them going to come?
Okay. It's difficult for
Yes.
you. Are all of them going to come? Probably not. Ask me how many people I really expect for the party.
How many people
Do you?
do you think?
Ask me how many people I really expect.
How many people are you expect? To the
Are you expect or do you expect?
Are you really expect?
Ask me, okay. El verbo to be no ha aparecido en lo que
No.
Ask me how many people I expect.
How many people do you expect?
La X, ¿dónde está?
Do you expect?
Good. Ahora, inserta really. Ask me how many people I really, que realmente espero. Ask me how many people I really expect.
How many people do you really expect?
La X no hace-
Expect.
Mira, la X en inglés suena. En castellano no suena.
Yeah.
Normalmente.
Ese es el problema.
Pero en inglés decimos, imagina que en castellano dice, los taxis de Extremadura, okay? Los taxis de Extremadura. That's English. The taxis in Extremadura are expensive. Okay? Estoy exagerando, pero una verdad. The taxis in Extremadura are expensive. La X es durísima en inglés. Okay? Aquí no decís los taxis.
Yeah.
In Extremadura. Okay. So ask me how many people I really expect.
How many people do you really expect?
Good. Practice then.
Yeah.
For tomorrow. I expect about 25 people. All right. And ask me what time the party is going to start.
What time does the
Ask me what. Escucha. Ay de mí. ¿Qué voy a hacer contigo hoy? Ask me what the time the party is going to start. What?
What time is the party going to start?
Good. Good. ¿A qué hora va a empezar?
Sí.
What time is the party going to start? Is that right? Yeah.
Is it?
Okay, repeat the question. What time?
What time is the party going to start?
It's going to start at 8:30. Ask you what time it's going to end.
What time is the party going to end?
No repitas party. Es redundante.
Okay.
What time?
What time is it going to end?
Good. What time is it going to end? Repeat.
What time is it going to end?
Is it?
Is it? What
Go.
time is it going to end?
Okay, it's going to end probably around midnight. Okay. And ask me what my wife is going to prepare for the party.
Okay. What does your wife?
Ask me what my wife is going. What time?
What time is your wife going to prepare?
I know what is my wife going. Not what time.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Ask me what my wife is going to prepare.
Okay. What is your wife going to prepare?
She's going to prepare many things. Ask me if I'm going to help her.
Are you going to help her?
No, I'm not. Ask me why.
Why aren't you going to help her?
Because I'm here with you. Okay. Ask me what my wife is doing now. What?
What is your wife doing now?
She's preparing the party. Ask me if my wife likes parties.
Does your wife like parties?
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 Yes, she does. Ask me if I like parties.
Do you like parties?
No, I don't. Ask me why.
Why don't you like parties?
Because I'm a very serious person. I don't like parties, okay? And ask me how often we have parties at my house.
How often do you have parties in your house?
Vale, at también vale, los dos. No, tal cual. About twice a year, okay? Ask me who the party is for tonight. Who is?
Who is the party for?
Tonight, the party is for people who work in the company where I work, okay? And ask me if we are going to drink a lot.
Are you going to drink a lot?
Me, no, I'm not going to drink a lot. Ask me what I'm going to drink.
Are they going to drink?
Now, ask me what I'm going to drink tonight. What?
What are you going to drink tonight?
I'm going to drink wine. Ask me if I'm going to drink white wine.
Are you going to drink white wine?
No, I'm not. Ask me what kind of wine I'm going to drink.
What kind of wine are you going to drink?
I'm going to drink red wine. Ask me if I like white wine.
Do you like white wine?
Not much. A few, yes, I like very much, but I usually prefer red wine. And ask me if the rest of the people are going to drink wine.
Are the rest of the people
Going.
Are the rest of the people going to drink white wine?
White wine? I don't know. Ask me what the rest of the people are going to drink.
What are the rest of the people going to drink?
Oh, they'll drink beer, wine, maybe Coca-Cola or Fanta or something. They'll drink different drinks. And ask me what we're going to do at the party.
What are you going to do at the party?
We're going to sing and dance and tell jokes and have a good time. Okay? Ask me if I usually fall asleep during these parties.
Are you usually...
El verbo to be no ha aparecido
Do you
aquí.
usually fall down?
Fall down, caerme. No, tanto, no, I don't drink so much. I'm
Entendido
sorry. Ask me if I usually fall asleep.
Fall asleep.
To fall asleep during the parties.
Do you usually fall asleep during the parties?
No, I don't. Ask me if I usually fall asleep in class.
Do you usually fall asleep in class?
No, I don't. Ask me if I have ever fallen asleep in an English class. Ask me if I have ever, ahora toda mi vida, si alguna vez lo he hecho. Ask me if I have ever fallen asleep in an English class.
Have you ever
Fallen.
Have you ever fallen asleep during
An English class?
an English class?
I don't think so. I don't remember. No, I haven't. Ask me if I have ever fallen asleep in class.
Sorry?
Yeah, in class, including my
Oh.
primary and secondary school and university. Ask me if I have ever fallen asleep in class.
Have you ever fallen asleep in class?
Fallen asleep.
Fallen asleep?
Asleep.
Fallen asleep
Okay.
in class?
Yes, I have. Ask me how many times.
How many times have you asleep in class?
¿Y el fallen dónde está?
Le he perdido. How many times have you fallen asleep in class?
Sí, quedarse dormido, dormirse, sobre todo contra la voluntad, se dice caer dormido, caído en este caso. How many times? I think I've fallen asleep once. Ask me how old I was when I fell asleep.
How old were you when you felt asleep in class?
Felt? No, fell.
Fell
Yeah.
asleep in class?
Yes. How old were you when you fell asleep? Fell asleep. Repeat.
How old were you when you felt asleep?
¿Por qué me pones
Felt
una
asleep.
T? Felt es el pasado del verbo to feel.
Es que les confundo.
Claro, pues no lo confundas, ¿ok? El pasado del verbo to fall es fell.
Fell.
Fell. Fell. Como la primera sílaba de fellow.
Fell.
Fell. So mi compañero se cayó, my fellow fell. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So, to fall, fell, fallen. Now, ask me how old I was when I fell asleep
How
in
old,
class.
how old were you when you fell asleep in class?
Good. How old was I? How old was I when I fell asleep? I was 18. Ask me if I fell asleep in mathematics class.
Um,
Did you?
Did you fall asleep during a
Math class? No, I didn't. Ask you what kind of class I fell asleep in.
What kind of class you?
Did you?
What kind of class did you fall asleep in?
I fell asleep in a history class.
Yeah.
Ask me if the class was boring.
Was the class boring?
No, it wasn't. Ask me if I was sitting in the back of the class.
Were you sitting in the back of the class?
No, I wasn't. Ask me where I was sitting.
Where are you sitting?
Now I'm sitting in front of you.
Where were you sitting?
Repeat.
Where were you sitting?
Claro, es pasado, no
Sí.
presente. I was sitting on the front row.
Where?
I was sitting at the front,
Oh, really?
in front of the teacher,
Oh, yeah.
and I fell asleep. Ask me if I was a good student in that class.
Were you a good student in that class?
Good. Repeat, please.
Were you a good student in that class?
Yes, I was. Ask me if the teacher was surprised when I fell asleep in front of him.
Was the teacher surprised when?
¿Cómo?
Were the teacher?
No, estaba bien antes. Was?
Was the teacher surprised?
Eso. Quiero oírlo bien.
Okay. Was the teacher surprised
Good.
when you fell asleep in front of him?
Yes, he was. Yeah, because I was an exemplary student. I was one of the best students in the class. And the class wasn't boring, so ask me why I fell asleep.
Why did you fall asleep? Why did you fall asleep?
Good.
Sorry.
Repeat, please.
Why did you fall asleep?
Because I couldn't stay awake. Do you understand?
Yes.
And ask me why.
Why didn't you?
Because I couldn't stay awake.
Why couldn't you stay asleep?
Awake?
Awake, sorry.
Why couldn't you stay awake? Repeat.
Why couldn't you stay awake?
I couldn't stay awake because I was taking antihistamines. All right? So, I couldn't stay awake. Ask me how long I slept.
How long did you sleep?
Did you sleep?
Did you sleep?
I slept for about a minute. Ask me if the teacher woke me up. Ask me if the teacher woke me up.
Did the teacher wake you up?
Yes, he did. Ask me if I was
Was it embarrassed?
Ask me if I was embarrassed.
Were you embarrassed?
I was a little embarrassed. Asked me if I explained the reason to the teacher.
Did you explain the reasons to the teacher?
La X, ¿dónde está?
La perdí de nuevo.
Claro.
Did you explain?
No, quiero oírlo más.
Did you explain
All
the
right.
reasons to the teacher?
Yes, I did. Asked me how many students there were in the class.
How many students
Were there?
were there in the class?
There were about 30 students in the class. Okay, and asked me if the teacher got angry.
Was the teacher angry?
Asked me if the teacher got angry.
Did the teacher get angry?
No, he didn't. Asked me why.
Why didn't he get angry?
Okay. ¿Cuál es la primera letra del alfabeto?
A. Angry.
Good. Repeat. Why?
Why did the teacher?
He didn't.
Why didn't the teacher angry?
¿Y el get? Los.
Le perdí también. Why didn't the teacher get angry?
He didn't get angry because he understood the problem and he knew I was a good student. All right. Asked me if I was friends with that teacher.
Were you friends
Friends.
with the teacher?
With that teacher?
With that teacher?
Yes, I was. Asked me how old he was.
How old was he?
I think he was about 35 years old. Asked me what area of history he was teaching.
What area
Of history.
of history was he teaching?
He was teaching European history. Asked me if I like European history.
Did you like the European history?
He saltado al presente ahora. Asked me if I like.
Do you
not
like?
liked.
Do you like the European history?
No. Asked me if I like European history.
Do you like European history?
European.
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 Okay, yes I do. Okay, ask me if I prefer Spanish history over European history.
Do you prefer Spanish history or European history?
I prefer European history. Ask me what I have against Spanish history.
Sorry?
Ask me if I have anything against Spanish history.
Do you have anything against
Against.
Spanish history?
Nothing at all. I like it very much. Ask me what my favorite period is of Spanish history.
What is your favorite period of Spanish history?
My favorite period of Spanish history is the period of the 15th, 16th, and 17th centuries. Okay? Yeah, the Golden Age and before.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. And ask me if I continue to study Spanish history.
Do you continue studying Spanish history?
Yes, I do. All right. Ask me if I'm studying it right now. Are you?
Are you studying right now?
Well, I'm reading a book about Spanish history right now. Okay. Ask me what I'm reading about.
What are you reading about?
I'm reading about the period of Viriatus. Okay. Now, was Viriatus, Viriato, decís aquí, was Viriatus born before or after Christ?
He born.
He was born.
He was born after Christ.
He was born before Christ.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Viriatus was before Christ, before the building of the aqueduct in Segovia.
Yes.
All right. And was he from Lusitania or from Catalonia?
I'm not sure, but I think he was born in Lusitania.
Lusitania. Okay, good. And ask me if I was born in Lusitania.
Were you born? Were you born in?
Born.
Were you born in Lusitania?
No, I wasn't. Ask me where I was born.
Sorry.
Ask me where I was born.
Where are you born?
¿Dónde nazco?
Where were you born?
Good. I was born in Texas. Ask me if I was born in a big hospital.
Were you born in a big hospital? Hospital?
Yes, I was. Ask me if I was the first child.
Are you the first child?
No, I'm not. I'm the second. Ask me how old my sister was when I was born.
How old was your sister when you
Porque old dos
were
veces.
born?
Has dicho old dos veces.
Sí.
How old
How old your sister was born?
No,
How-
excuse me, listen to me. Ruben, ask me how old my sister was when I was born.
How old
How old?
was your sister when you were born?
All right, she was 3 years old when I was born. Ask me how old my mother was when I was born.
How old was your mother when you were born?
Born?
When you were when you were born.
When you were born.
You were born.
Born free, born free, born. Borneo, hay un país que se llama Borneo.
Sí,
Born.
fácil.
All right.
Born.
When I was born, my mother was 29 years old. Ask me how old my father was when I was born.
How old was your father when you were born?
Good. He was 27 years old. My father's younger. My father was 27 years old when I was born. Ask me how old my wife was when I was born.
How old was your wife when you were born?
She wasn't. She hadn't been born yet. Ask me how many years later she was born. Ask me how many years. Look, when I was born,
Yeah.
my wife hadn't been born yet.
Yeah.
So I was born before my wife,
Yes.
which means I'm older than my wife.
Yeah.
Ask me how many years later she was born.
Okay. How many years?
Years.
How many years later was she born?
Good. My wife?
Yes, your
¿Cómo
wife.
sufres?
Oh, es que el were born seguido es peligroso.
Okay. She was born 2.5 years later. She was born 2.5 years later, okay? Ask me how much time we have left.
What time?
Ask me how much time we have left.
How much time?
How much? No, how much?
How much time do we have
Left.
left?
¿Cuánto tiempo nos queda? A ver, pregúntemelo otra vez.
Así, mejor. How much time do we have left?
We have, bueno, teníamos. Now, we have about 2 minutes left. All right? Now, ask me how old my wife was when we got married.
How old?
Old.
How
La
old?
D, me gusta la D en esa palabra. Y no
Sí,
la...
lo voy a dejar. How old was your wife when you got married?
Married or married?
Married, mejor.
Married.
Married.
Mucho mejor, eh? She was 23. She was 23 when we got married. She was young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just unas altocunas, dice, ¿no? No, 23 is not young. Ask me how old I was when we got married.
And how old were you when you got married?
I was 26 when we got married. Okay? Ask me how old I was, me. Ask me how old I was when our first child was born.
How old were you when your first child was born?
I was 28 when our first child was born. Okay? Ask me if our first child was a boy.
Was your first child
First.
your first child a boy?
No, our first child was a girl. All right. Ask me how old she is now.
And how old is she now?
She's 27. Ask me if she's in good health.
Is she in good health?
Health? Yes, she is. Ask me how many other children I have.
And how many other childrens you have?
Sí, quítame la S.
Sí. And how many other children do you have?
Just one other. Ask me if the other child is a boy.
Is the other child a boy?
Yes, it is. Ask me how old he is.
How old is he?
¿Y la D dónde está? How old is he?
How old is he?
Escuche cómo lo digo yo. How old is this?
Yeah.
How old is he?
How old is he?
Good. How old is he?
How old is he?
How old is he? Ahora practícalo hasta reventar para la próxima clase. Simplemente, how old is he? How old is she? How old are you? How old are they? How old is it? El acueducto de Segovia, por ejemplo. Y esa D, de old, enlazando como trampolín con lo demás hasta que lo tengas dominado, ¿ok?
Okay.
And you too. practice the same thing. No te libras, ¿eh? Estoy teniendo deberes y tú también. Pero os tengo de vuelta en 5 minutos para seguir con the next 25 minutes of Vaughan en Vivo. See you in a moment.